Hey friends, Kris Krohn here, and I'm super excited to share with you today how you take $10 and turn it into $100. I'm going to share with you 4 specific principles and then how to actually do it. Okay, so check it. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to show you how to do a little magic trick. How do you turn $10 into $100? Now, first, it doesn't look that powerful, right? It's like, dude, $100, I could spend that really fast. But just pause for a second. If you can learn the principles behind turning $10 into $100, that means you know how to get a 1,000% on your money. That's freaking awesome. And if you can do it in small ways, you can learn how to what? You can learn how to do it in massive ways. So, at first when Nate's like, dude, Kris, this would be a great video topic, I'm like, dude, that's lame. No one's gonna wanna, and then I'm like, you know what? No, that's actually brilliant. If you can double money on a lemonade stand, well, I'm gonna show you a practical way of actually how to do this in a very simple format. I'll even hook it up for you, right? But first I wanna share with you the 4 principles of how do you go essentially from $10 to $100. Wouldn't you like to know that? Okay, here's principle number 1. I want you to write these down, these are important. Principle number 1 is I want you to buy low, sell high. Now, that's gonna come across extremely basic, but I want you to understand that one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, wrote a 900-page book called Snowball, and it's all about buy low, sell high. And it sounds like it really makes good basic sense, but it doesn't if you don't understand principle number 2. Principle number 2 is what's called max margin. Now, I wanna slow this down because I don't wanna lose any of you. But the margin is the difference between what you bought something for and what you're selling it for. For example, if I buy something for $9 and I sell it for $10, how much am I gonna make? 10 minus 9 is $1. Okay, if you buy something for 9 and you sell it for 10 and you make $1, would you call that a big margin or a small margin? Well, it's relative, you don't know. But what if you could buy something for $5 and turn it into $10? You double your money. Would you call that a bigger margin than $1 on the previous example? It's way bigger margin. I want you to understand that one of the number 1 reasons that people fail in business is they don't have a business product that has an adequate margin. The bigger the margin, in other words, when you buy low, sell high, the lower you can buy something and the higher you can sell it, what you're actually creating is reduced risk. It's actually what Warren Buffett calls a margin of safety. You want to maximize that margin of safety. So that's the second principle. Okay, here's number 3. You need to minimize your costs. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that whatever you're buying, are you getting it at the best price? Are you selling it the right way? Are you adding unnecessary costs to your business? Because remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how do you take $10 and actually turn it into $100 real dollars. But you got to consider your costs, because if your costs are out of control, you could have an amazing margin, but if your costs aren't in check, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's too expensive. Now, I personally know this from firsthand experience, having done a lot of business, that sometimes I have a great margin, sometimes I'm making a lot of revenue, but then there's no money at the end. And do you know why? It's because my costs are too high. So you got to keep your costs in check. The 4th principle I want to share with you is understanding the difference between revenue versus profit. Okay? Revenue is all the money that comes into the business. Profit is what you keep. And here's again one of the top mistakes that business people make. They think that more revenue equals better. They think a bigger company is better. I'm telling you that in business, in many and most cases, bigger isn't better and more revenue isn't actually better. What's better is more profit. It means that your costs are in check. Now, let me just give you an example so that you understand this. Let's just say for a moment, and now I want to give you this very real example. Let's say that you could purchase a book for $10. It's a $10 book. And let's say that it's my real estate book. So you like me, you like my channel, you like my book, you've read it, I let you download it for free on the ebook, you listen to the audiobook, you actually get a physical copy of the book for $10 and you're like, dude, I'm so passionate about this whole real estate thing, I bet I could go to a buddy, tell him about this channel, turn him onto it, and I bet I could sell the book for not $22 or $24 that it retails for, but I bet I could sell the book for $20. I just want to ask you right now, just check in. If you could buy my book for $10 and you could sell it for $20, then you're going to make how much of a margin? Your margin is going to be $10, not a 50% margin. I'm going to tell you right now, 50% margin is great. The average businesses actually have a take-home keep of 8 to 10%. So if you're at 50%, that's pretty awesome. Now, I want to show you a little example here. let's say that all you did was start with 10 bucks and we're trying to get to $100, right? I buy a $10 book. You like me, you like this channel, you read the book, you like the book. You go talk to your parents, you go talk to your brothers and sisters, your friends, your neighbors, your employees, your work people, your grandchildren, your whatevers, and you say, hey, that $10 book, it's really awesome. Here are reasons XYZ. Buy it for 20 bucks. I'm positive you could do it. Are you? You should be. Now, if you do that, how much money are you gonna have? You have 20 bucks. What could you do with the $20? You could go buy 2 more books. So now we're buying 2 books for that $20, and now you would be selling them for how much? Well, if you're adding $10 on each book, selling them each for 20 bucks, you'd sell this $10 book for 20 and this $10 book for 20. Now what do you have? You have $40. Now, by the way, what could you do with that $40? You could actually go and buy 4 books, and you could sell those books for 80, and then from there, you could go buy 8 books, and then from there, you would sell them for 160. Now, check it out. You've sold a total of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You sold 15 books. You started with 10 bucks. Now you have 160. If you don't buy any more books, you just took $10. You didn't turn it into $100. You turned it into $160. Now, that's pretty simple, right? Like, don't you believe you could actually do that? But now let's apply these principles. Did we buy low and sell high? Yes. Did we have a good margin? Let's assume that this 50% is a fantastic margin. But now I want to make this very real. Let's say that you actually told your sister to sell the books for you, and you were going to pay her $5 on every book. And all of a sudden, you had to buy the book for 10. Now you're adding $5 of cost. It wouldn't be 15 books to get to 160. To get to the same 160, you might need to sell a lot more books. So the question is, did you keep your costs in check? And if you didn't, then all of a sudden you don't get to keep profit versus revenue. You'll still show great revenue, but you just kicked it all right back out the door. Does that make sense? Friends, this stuff, these basic principles, I'm telling you right now that there's a lot of big businesses out there, they do not adhere to these basic principles. In my life, I have often not adhered to them. I'm sharing them with you for a reason because I've learned how to do this. Now, by the way, if you want to know how to not just take $10 and turn it into $100, if you'd like to know how to take like $1,000 and turn it into $50,000, check this out. So 2 things here that are resources I think will help you out. One is if you actually want to get my physical book, you can actually just get it for the cost of shipping it to you. You can get it for free. Go sell it for 20 bucks. You'll make more than $10 on it. And that's one thing I can do to actually help you take that $10, and you can do that as many times as you want. But if you also head over to the website, you're going to learn about how to take $1,000 and turn it into a solid $50,000 return on a good, stable real estate deal. You can learn how you can work with me and my team, and we can actually show up and make that happen for you.